straight into the lesson, and I want you to take a look from that first paragraph of Proverbs 13 and 10. Proverbs 13 and 10. I want to give you a definition of pride right from the lesson as well. A definition of pride is not you thinking that you're better than everybody else. That is the wrong definition of pride. I do not want you to have that definition of pride. The definition of pride is not you thinking that you're better than everybody else. The definition of pride is you thinking about yourself all the time. I want you to watch this, because you can be lowly, humble, and still be a self-centered, prideful sucker, right? If there's a broomstick and I'm the haughty, bad, prideful, thinking I'm the greatest guy ever, I'm prideful. However, on this end, if I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't have anything to say, I'm lonely, I'm nothing, and look at me, and who's looking at me, watch this, you're prideful. Prideful, by definition with the Bible, is inside of that spectrum. When you are spending all your time thinking about who you are, watch this, that's the definition of pride. Because the truth of the matter is we were not created to be the center of our own lives. Can you say that with me right now? Say, I wasn't created to be my own center. Also, guys, I want to bust some bubbles, especially if you're from a splinter family. Your children are not the center of your life. I hope I'm making everybody mad right now. Wow. Your children are not the center of your life. Watch this. My wife is not the center of my life. This church is not the center of my life. My business is not the center of my life. Come on, we can say, man, the money's not the center of my life. Who's the center of my life? God, Jesus has to be the center of my life. I've got examples where I've had pastors who were pastoring very, very well, and their children were freakishly awesome in sports. I mean, when I say awesome, they were incredibly awesome. Like, they were really, really good. My nephew is on a football scholarship. He was really, really good. And so my brother and his ex-wife decided to put them at the center of their marriage and family. So what do you think happened? All of a sudden now their concentration went from God to what? To kids. And so what happened is all of a sudden when they put the son in charge of their schedule, their heart, their mind, their goals, everything that they had, all of their money, all their resources, all their time was folded into him. Watch this. They took God off the throne of their lives. And guess who became the king of the house for the first time? My brother did. And he can't be the king because a woman can't follow a man. She can only follow a man that's following God. That's mean, ain't it? That's why the Bible says don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. If that man can't hear from God, you're going to have a hard time getting a man that can have a vision to take you to where God meant for you to have it, for you to be able to follow it. So you don't want the man to be your king. You don't want the man to be your center. You want God to be your center. So as long as he's up under God, right? Follow me as I follow God. I've had people in this church try to make me the center of their life. I said, you're going to fail. I don't make a good king. I don't even make a good role model. You guys hear where I'm going with this thing right now? Now watch this. How much time have you been thinking about yourself? My business, my life, my relationship, all the things that's wrong in my life, how I've been feeling, how I've been thinking, how I've been doing at my job. If you're not careful, you'll be spending 98% of your time thinking on yourself. Guess what the Bible calls that? He calls that self-centeredness and pride. And I want to show you something straight out of this lesson right here so that you will be able to work with the definition that I just gave you, right? So, where did I tell y'all to turn? Okay, somebody read it for me because I didn't turn there, but I have the NIV version. What version are you about to read out of? You going to read it from the paper? Yeah, go ahead and read it from the paper then. Go ahead.
But with the well-advised is wisdom.
All right. So pride is the author of all arguments and fights. And you can argue with that, the author's saying in here, that actually you can try to say, well, pride can't be the author of all strife and all contention. But he's saying that by definition, it actually is. It is actually the very thing that causes you to get in anger, causes you to get in contention, and causes you to get in strife. Everybody say pride. And all pride is self-interest, self-centeredness. So every war, every fighting amongst you, every single thing comes from this lesson that we're talking about today. Let me read it out of the NIV. Where there is strife, there is pride, but wisdom is found in those who take advice. Proverbs 17 and 14, I want to give you another one. Starting a fight is like breaching a dam. So drop the matter before a dispute breaks out. Every single time we get ready to get in a fight, it's because we're thinking about our own will and our own way. All right? And I want to give you another one. James 3 and 16. Listen to this. This is why there's such great danger in pride and being self-centered. Where there is envy, and listen to this, selfish motive. Where there is envy and pride, there is confusion and every evil work, every evil practice. NIV says, where there's envy and selfish ambition, then we find disorder and every evil practice. Pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. So every single time we think that we're going to spend all our time thinking about ourselves, everybody raise your hand real quick. Watch this. You're going to be depressed.
Come on. That's right.
You depressed? What's this? This is really harsh. That's why I gave you the definition around it. This is really harsh. Your depression comes from you thinking about yourself too much.
That's right.
Anybody that thinks about themselves too much will drive themselves nuts. Because you're going to find out, guess what? You're not God.
Yeah.
So there's some imperfections in you. So at the end of the day, most of the time, you're going to find out that you've been spending an extraordinary amount of time thinking about issues that are surrounding you.
Come on.
So you got to get to this place where you start to get this out your heart and start driving this out your heart. The self-centeredness throne that you put yourself in is the author of pride, is the author of strife, it is the author of every confusion, every disorder, every evil work, and every negative emotion. So Satan only has one job. And that is to make you self-centered. And he's doing an outstanding job on us. He is doing a great job. My ministry, I got a call. My ministry. I said, oh, your ministry. I said, it's not your ministry because it's not my church. Throw it out there for you again because I love it so much. It's not your ministry because it's not your church. Because when it becomes your ministry, you become self-interested in that ministry at the behest of all other ministries. I want you to see a God view. Y'all ready for a God view?
Yes.
Let's pretend Pastor Calvin is the pastor of this church. Let's just pretend that. Right? And Greg is over signs, wonders, miracles. He's executive pastor. He's doing business, right? Then I got Freeman over there. He's doing CR. He's doing television. I got Tim over here. He's doing some drumming, and Pastor James Fickens, he's over here, doing praise and worship. I got Tamiko down there, and she's doing some children's program. And then I got Pastor Isaiah down there, and he's down there doing the youth. Then I got Carolyn over there. She's working on the bookstore, and I got Jenny over there, and she's working in the coffee shop. Now watch this. To a man. Guess what the most important thing is to each one of those individuals? What they're doing. But from my view, watch this, none of those things in their own right are a priority in my life. Why? Because I have supervisional responsibility for all of it, right? Now, I want you to think about you and your world, your for and no more, and I want you to think about God. God cares about you, but he also cares about the guy in Africa as well. And he cares about your next door neighbor, and he cares about Steve, and he cares about Netta, and then he cares about Doc Huck. So while you're worried about Aiden and Eli, and I'm concerned about Jessica and Caleb, the truth of the matter is when we're praying to God, we're like, God, 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 don't you see this God? And God's like, yeah, I care about that, but I've got supervisory responsibility that is more expansive than you could have ever imagined. And even more than that, I have a great big plan and a great big vision that you can't even fully grasp, and you're playing one little tiny part in that. And so if you're not careful, when you get into self-centeredness, I'm sorry to say this, you're outside the will of God.
That's right.
It's a tough word, isn't it? kind of hard to receive it. When you get too caught up in yourself, you were never meant to live in a vacuum. You were always meant to be part of a bigger plan that God had in mind. So you heard me start teaching about the kingdom of God. Watch this. I said, God, I'm yours to command, because the truth of the matter is, I said I'm an ambassador, right? And I'm here by way of assignment. It's God's assignment. So I shouldn't really be centered on what my agenda is. I should be thinking about whose agenda. I should be thinking about his agenda. Oh, and by the way, if I die tomorrow, I wouldn't give a rip about the assignment at all anyways, would I? Well, isn't that fascinating? So all that time we spend thinking about ourselves. Now watch this. If you die tomorrow, would you be thinking about yourself anymore?
No.
Isn't that interesting? Now let me ask you a question. If you died, are you dead?
Nope.
Ooh, you only live once. Somebody say, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
So watch this. So if you died, you wouldn't actually be dead. As a matter of fact, your assignment wouldn't even end if you died. So you're thinking about all of these things here on earth, and watch this. Your assignment would literally just be beginning. If you passed away today, your assignment would just be starting. Because I told y'all on Sunday, you got to come back and reign with him for 1,000 years. Everybody say 1,000 years. Now, I'm not saying God is a mathematician, but would he rather have you for 120 years or 1,000 years? Huh. So that's fascinating, right? So we're so concerned about some of these things that we've gotten to place. And you've got to be able to get to this place where you're saying, I'm not going to be at the center. I'm going to let God be at the center. All right, so let me go ahead and take you to Philippians. And if you got a Bible, you want to turn there with me, because I'm going to spend a little bit of time in this scripture right here. Philippians. And I always like these times where God likes to sharpen us, right? Like right now inside, you shouldn't be feeling, oh my God, I'm so motivated. You shouldn't really be feeling that right now. You should be feeling like, oh my God, I can't wait to get up out of here. Because the world is 100% opposite of what I'm teaching right now. The world teaches you me, myself, and I. You got to take care of yourself, because ain't nobody else going to take care of you. So the truth of the matter is I got to preach it so hard at y'all so that I can just make a little bit of a course correction where you end up being able to be relieved and be like, oh man, I don't have to be the God of my throne, man. I don't have to be tripping off myself all the time. I don't have to worry about what's going on in my life all the time. I actually am going to be all right. And the truth of the matter is I would do myself a great favor if I wasn't thinking about me all the time. Somebody asked me one day, hey, Pastor Calvin, who do you tell your problems to? Isn't that a great question? That's a great question, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Who do you release? Who do you get a chance to release your issues and problems to? Well, that's a fascinating question right there. I'm not going to give you guys an answer, but I want y'all to think about that for a minute. Watch this. Are you talking about your problems and your issues to people? That's awesome, isn't it? Isn't it good? Now, let me ask you this question. Anybody, y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. Just raise your hand real quick. Anybody ever called you to talk to you about their issues and problems? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yeah? Everybody in here? Now, y'all tell me the truth. Don't lie to me. When they were telling you about that problem issue, did you ever say this? Oh, thank God that's not me. Don't lie. Raise your hand if you ever thought about that. Raise your hand. Because I know y'all lying. Oh, Pastor Calvin, oh, bless God. Never. No, watch this. I'm just asking. And when they call you the first 10 times, you good, right? When they call you the 11th time, anybody ever be like, oh, Lord, I'm not answering the phone. Raise your hand. Stop lying. Stop it. I'm bringing that stuff up because I want you to think about sometimes, the fact that people around you, they can tell you whether or not you think about yourself. As a matter of fact, if you're with somebody that you know right now, you can look at me, Greg. Just look straight ahead. Just go ahead and look at me. Just lean over if you're with somebody. Just if you're with somebody, and just ask them real quick. I had to ask my wife this, right? Just go ahead and ask them. Say, hey, do I think about myself too much? Just lean over and ask real quick. Don't care about what answer they give you guys. It's all good. We gotta ask. Greg, do I think about myself too much? No, here you go. If you're by yourself and you're married, just wonder whether or not what your wife would say about that. Because you can probably answer that question for yourself, can't you?
Right.
It's a fascinating thing. you all of a sudden now are coming to grips with an understanding of how self-centered we can actually be, right? Let me ask you this question. How much time did you spend thinking about others today? As compared to thinking about yourself. Now let's add God in that. How much time did you spend thinking about God and somebody else as opposed to yourself? I'm not really looking for an answer. I just want y'all to do some searching and some things. Otherwise, it's just a word, right? Y'all don't need just a word. We need an adjustment, right? And I'm just giving y'all an adjustment. Doc is a chiropractor. He adjusts you. So your stuff is out of alignment. All I'm doing is adjusting you. I can't tell you whether or not you're doing right or wrong. Matter of fact, there is no litmus test for how much you're supposed to think about yourself versus not thinking about yourself. All I'm doing is just assuming. I'm making an assumption. You think about yourself too much, and I'm just adjusting you. You may only think about yourself 5% of the time. You may be good in this area. Or you may be a psycho, self-centered, prideful jerk that needs this adjustment tonight. Wherever you are, it's all good. I don't know. You don't know. I have no idea. You can look like you're humble, but you can actually be a prideful, egotistical, self-centered kind of guy. But I'm just throwing out there for you a little bit of adjustment. So either you need a major one or a small one, but whichever one you get, somebody say, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So don't come to me with no guilt or condemnation stuff, because I have no idea. I'm just loving on y'all today. Somebody say, he just loves us. He just loves us. Praise God. I didn't mean to be mean, but people have come to me and they've said to me, Darren, I never pray for myself. Let me throw this out there for y'all so I can give y'all the other balance. Y'all ready? So I talk about one, so let me throw it on the other side. I never pray for myself. I never think about myself. You know what I say? Idiot! Because the Bible tells you to pray for yourself. So don't be so dumb that you don't think about yourself at all and you don't pray for yourself and you're not doing it. Every time I turn in here, I'm in that range. I'm going to stay over here then. And so, in truth, you have to take everything we do in balance, right? Well, I ain't going to care about what I dress no more than. I ain't going to care about what I look like. I don't care if I eat or where I stand. There's balance. There's balance, right? So y'all understand. If I break you all the way over to the other side, then you're out of alignment on the other side. The Bible says, love others as you love yourself. So you must love yourself, but I don't want you to love yourself too much. So everybody put your hand on something and say, I love me some me. I love me. But I don't want to love me too much. I don't want to love myself too much. How many of y'all spend at least an hour looking in the mirror every day? Don't put your hand up. Keep your hand down. Philippians 2 and 3. Can we just go through the word real quick? And let's just grab this. And I'm going to go through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe, and 9. We'll just read through this real quick. Let nothing be done through selfish ambition, through strife, or vain glory. But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem the other better than themselves. Not literally saying that they're better than you, but let us literally lift them up. Let's literally lift them up as someone who is better and is just as important as ourselves. So I want you to think about what this is saying right now. I really want you to think about it. It is literally saying others matter. Can you say that right now? Say others matter. Others matter. Say it one more time. Say others matter. Others matter. If you spend your life being a blessing to other people, actually, you will not waste your life, and it will not be in vain, and it will not be in vain glory. If you decide that you're going to use your life serving others, God's good with that, all right? Verse 4, look not every man at his own thing. Can you say that right now? Say, I will not. Remember, I told y'all balance. So say this right now. Say, I think about other people. It's a confession that you're making right now. Say, I think about other people. And according to verse 4, I'm not always thinking about my own stuff. Okay, so when's the last time you bought somebody else's car? Yeah, when's the last time you bought somebody else's car? When's the last time you bought somebody else's clothes? Come on, not just mama, but other people. And brought them food. See, now you see where we get giving and all that. You see how we do that? That's where giving and all that mess came from. That's where serving and all that stuff came from. It just comes from here. It actually helps us. It actually helps us to get our mind off ourselves, to literally give. When we start giving and blessing others, you want to be blessed. Start counseling and blessing somebody else. You'll be tripping. You will be like hearing the answers coming out of your mouth of the situation you've been dealing with right then and there. I guarantee you, if you're willing to open open up yourself and begin to help and counsel other people, your answers are going to be coming right out of your own mouth, because that's the way God meant and created us to be, all right? Verse 5, let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus. How many of y'all want to be like Jesus? All right, then watch this balance. Who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. So everybody say he had a high opinion and a high understanding of who he was. So I know who I am in Christ Jesus. I am not lacking confidence. I have full confidence, except for I am just not at that level where I have to think about how dope and how awesome I am, nor do I need to tell everybody how dope and how awesome I am. That is called an overt action of what I'm preaching tonight. When you think about yourself too much, you end up boasting about yourself too much. Boasting is the outward action of what's been taking place on the inside of you. So now, I want y'all to think about all your friends and family that you can just point to. Just think about them in your mind real quick. Don't look at them if they're here tonight. And think about how many of them are self-centered. Because you're going to find out right now, right out of the fruit of their mouth, you're going to be like, oh my God, all they ever do is talk about themselves. Watch this, just so y'all know I'm preaching real good right now. How many of y'all been out on a date and all the dude did was talk about himself? Right. How many of y'all been out on a date and all the girl can do is talk about herself? And watch this. How many of y'all been out on a date and all she can tell you about was her problems in her past? Same thing, still talking about themselves. We just thought that was okay, right? No, it's not okay. Everybody got problems. Everybody say, everybody got problems. I was counseling this dude one time, man. I counseled him with Greg. I brought up one thing about me one time. Just one time. I just wanted to see what was happening. It wasn't even nothing real. I was just playing around with it because I wanted to see if he can get his mind off of him for 1 second. I said, yeah, man, you know what? I got a problem. I really want to tell you about it. Listen up. I want you to really hear me right now. Man, I've been really stressed out. Yeah, man, and then the girl, she just went over there and did that. I was like, dude, did you just hear what I said? He couldn't get his mind off himself. Because out of your mouth, all of a sudden, you start to hear and starting to do that. And so I want you to start having that in your heart and in your mind, all right? Let's look at verse 6. Who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Verse 7, but made himself of no reputation and took upon himself the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of men. Verse 8, and being found in the fashion of a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Wherefore God also hath highly exalted him and given him a name that is above every name, that at the name of Jesus every knee shall bow, things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth, that every tongue should confess that Jesus is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. All right? And so I want you to know, and I want you to hear this in the NIV version in verse 2 and 4, not looking to the own interest, but each of you to the interest of others. You know, when I used to start studying God, I used to think that God was egotistical. This is awesome right here. Y'all know what I mean? I used to think, why do I need everybody to praise him? What's the matter with God? Why I need everybody to tell him how awesome he is? Come on, don't look at me. Don't look at me like that. Don't tell me I'm the only one that ever thought that. Because I know I'm not. I know y'all's thinking like, yeah. Then God says, I'm God, and there is no one beside me. You ever think about that? Doesn't that sound like a little bit egotistical? Yeah. Watch this. But is that really the definition of pride? No, the definition of pride is when you think about yourself all the time. And if you think about what God says his mind is where? It's on you. He's thinking about you all the time. So it's not that I don't need you to have a high opinion of yourself. I want you to think well of yourself. I just don't want you to think about yourself all the time. So if you start to think about it, sometimes your confidence level is not the problem. The problem is you thinking about yourself all the time. So Jesus didn't find it robbery to be equal with God. He was equal with God, but he was willing to give his whole life for some other people. He was willing to give it all up. Matter of fact, he was living real comfort in heaven, right? Remember, that's God we're talking about. He said, you know what, I'm going to leave all this. I'm going to take the form of the man, and I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to let them beat me and spit on me and kick me. And by the way, I'm not doing none of it for myself. I'm doing it for my Father, and I'm doing it for all y'all and everyone that will come after me. So the good life that we get a chance to live is the life that we get a chance to live for others and we get a chance to live for God. And believe it or not, that is the cure to self-centeredness. So say that with me right now. Say, the cure to self-centeredness. Come on, say it one more time. We're almost done here tonight. Say, the cure to self-centeredness is to think about God and to think about others. So you can't think about others and not think about God, because others will frustrate you, mess you up, make you mad, and make you feel like what you're doing is not worth it. So I think about God first, and I do what I do for others because I love God. I appreciate God in my vertical relationship, and then I allow that vertical relationship to determine what I do horizontally. So you can't do what you want to do in this church for me. That would be out of order, right? And you can't do what you're doing for people because it's a good thing to do. You can't go work with the kids because you love kids. No, you got to do it because you love God. And then once you love your family, once you're loving, God, watch this. When I love Lynn Felice, I love God first. God gives me the love that I need, and then I'm able to love Lynn Felice correctly. If I get that out of order, I'll try to love Lynn Felice first, and then I won't find the love I need. I made her the center of my love, and unfortunately, I failed to get the source. If I make myself the center of my life, I'm the head and Lord of my life, I get it my way, I get that order out of God, and God doesn't pour out the love that I need for myself. So in actuality, I end up hating myself, and that's how I got depressed.
Come on.
So everybody say, I got depressed by thinking about myself too much.
Too much.
I want to submit to you tonight, if you want to love yourself more than you've ever loved yourself, I dare you to start loving God.
Woo!
Dare you. You want to have more confidence in yourself than you ever had before? I dare you to start loving God. Start concentrating and focusing on God. Now listen to this. I can give you all kinds of scriptures all night. Say this with me. Say, He keeps him in perfect peace. His mind is stayed on who? God. So if his mind stayed on God, how in the world can it be stayed on you? It's either one or the other. So everybody say this. Say, God will keep me disturbed, worried, depressed, and stressed out, whose mind is stayed on me. It feels so good tonight. It's wonderful. Everybody say, I'm disturbed. I'm tripping, man. I'm just told I'm so worried. And maybe if we just tonight just decided, well, I'm going to interject a little. Can y'all just say a little bit of God? Because I don't know how much of an adjustment you need. Y'all might be already doing a good job on this. But everybody say, just a little of adjustment. I'm going to give a little bit more thought time to God. Just a little bit more thought time. Because thoughts, emotions, decisions. So whatever I end up thinking about is going to end up affecting my emotions. So when I think about God all the time, watch this, in the presence of God is the fullness of joy. And the joy of the Lord is mine. So when I end up putting him on that place where I'm thinking about him only. So I'm going to challenge you to figure out how in the world you're going to keep God at the center of your thought life. I'm giving you thought life stuff right here. Because I'm not worried about your emotions. I'm not worried about your depression. I ain't worried about the storms in your life, because the truth of the matter is when you stay with God, he'll take care of that anyways. But what if you were going through the middle of the storm and you was cool with it? Right now, I am in a world of suck. It is horrible. And I'm as happy as a fiddle. And you say, why? Because at the end of the day, it's as good as it's ever been. It just sucks. It's not my son, it's God's son. And I give it to God on a regular basis. And by the way, when I forget to give it to God, it gets so hard on me that I can't sleep. And my body won't function correctly. And then I'm reminded, oh yeah, that's right, I'm not God. Dude, let me get my mind off of this. I used to try to listen to comedians. I used to be comedians. Because temporarily it made me laugh, and so I'd say, well, if I put comedians in, I'll laugh all day, and so that's going to relieve my stress. It's going to get rid of my negative emotions. But you know what? It only worked for like 5 minutes. I'd laugh at Dave Chappelle, and then after a little while, I'd be like, daggone it, I can't get the dirty stuff out of my mind that he talked about. So I'd be thinking about that all day, and sooner or later, all my joy would be stolen. But I found out if I can meditate on his word day and night, It'd be the balancing evil thing. Now, I'm not messing with y'all medication or nothing right now. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not messing with whatever they got you on to keep you even. I appreciate what they give you to keep you even, because sometimes we just need a little bit of help. But I am saying this right now. Emotions follow thought. So no matter how much you take, if you keep on getting your mind on the wrong thing, and tonight I am telling you that you are the wrong thing. I really want you to think about this, because I'm going to give you all the truth. My children are cool. My marriage is good. My money is good. My car is good. My house is good. Everything in my natural world is good. Matter of fact, probably at the range of outstanding. But my responsibility will make a Billy go puke right now. Like literally. Like it is too much to handle. And that's why it's a world of suck. It's not my suck, personally, it's God's. But it's going to be there because I took the challenge to fight the devil. And how many of y'all want to exchange time with me right now to fight the devil? Because I give it to you right now. I promise you won't even make it till 1:30. You will be awake. Guaranteed. The sheriff said, do you sleep, Pastor Calvin? No, I don't sleep when the devil shows up. I'm not Smith Wigglesworth. Oh, it's just you, devil. Go back to sleep. No, I want to know, what the heck are you doing here right now? I don't know what y'all think this is. This ain't no game. Oh, yeah, I just get to come up in the Rainier Beach and mess with the devil's kingdom and mess with all these people and preach Father's message, and he just going to let me sleep. You must be out of your mind. I have to work and labor to enter into his rest. My wife's like, are you up right now? Yeah, just give me 20 minutes. I'll be in rest. I'll be back to bed. You said, what'd you say, Pastor Calvin? I got to get my mind. I got to get all that junk out of my mind. I got to fight all that devil. And then I labor to enter into his rest, and then I sleep like a baby. Somebody said labor to enter into that rest. So we can't think about ourselves. We can't think about God's church. We can't think about our business. We can't think about this house. We can't think about those things, because they will absolutely be met with the opportunity for the devil. And I want to give you this last thing, to suggest things to your mind. There's only one time where the devil doesn't get an opportunity to suggest things to you about you, and that is when you have a higher thought life going on, and you can cast down every imagination and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge and the mindset and the mentality of God. So literally, when you think about yourself or you think about other things that you're not supposed to be thinking about, the devil has the opportunity to lie to you about you, which is why you're tripping about what you just heard. That is why you feel like going and doing what you don't have any business doing, is because you was thinking about what you wasn't supposed to be thinking about, and it wasn't you that actually came up with it. It was actually the devil in your voice. And you said, Pastor Calvin, I don't know why, but every Thursday I just feel like going to sleep with four women. I don't know why it is, Pastor Calvin. I know why it is. Because every Thursday, Satan comes up to your house and be like, hey, go sleep with the 4 women. And you say, Pastor Calvin, I thought that was me. No, that wasn't you. You're not that sick in the minute. Listen to me. You're not that sick in the minute. That's the devil. You understand that? I want to give that to you. And he has no right to be in your thought life as long as you consume your thought life with your brain. Come on, stand to your feet tonight. I want you to go ahead and receive that today. Take that adjustment today and devote yourself this day next week to finding some really incredible material. I lost that right there. Finding